Hey y'all, it's Sharla from the Hartselle Homestead here with you on the Creative Retreat Kits YouTube channel, back with my reflection entry for Treasured Up. This has been a wonderful devotional written by Christina Fox and a joy of a kit to work through. I truly have enjoyed several entries and reflections and things like that. I'm going to ask you ahead of time to forgive the quality of my voice. This is the best it's been in about 10 days. We had a craft fair last weekend, and it's my favorite show of the year. And I think I talked to everyone who came in the door. Our booth is right in the front foyer, and I think I designated myself the greeter, and I talked to everyone, and I truly wore my voice out. I was down to a whisper for several days, and I finally gave in and went to the doctor to make sure I hadn't truly damaged my vocal cords. It sounds kind of comical when you think about it. You might have talked your voice out. But anyway, we had a great time and a great weekend, and it was really blessed. So I have done all of the drinking the teas, all the lemon, all the honey, all the everything, and finally had to get a little help with some medicine from the doctor and make sure that we were healthy and okay. And I wasn't sick at all, just lost my voice. So I apologize if it gets a little raspy as we go through here. I have a quick entry that I want to share, and I'm excited about it because I'm incorporating some of the pieces that I did in my scripture writing and gratitude entry from earlier this month. And I'm going to, because y'all know, I've told you over and over, I know I don't like to waste any of my papers. And so I had run a couple of sheets of this. I'm going to use some more of that. I'm going to also make a few little tags because I had some extra space on a page. And I was inspired. How many of y'all are reel watchers? You know, the creative little reels that on Instagram, on Facebook, on all of those, even the shorts on YouTube. I love to watch. It's my creative TV. It's what I call it. And I was inspired to do this really fun little interactive hidden pocket that I'm going to put my reflection answers in. So let's just kind of get all of these pieces of paper cleared out and get started on this entry. Okay, so remember I have these leftover pieces that I had printed for my scripture writing journal, and I had chosen to use white sticker paper this month so that I could easily tear it, and then in tearing it I would have those exposed edges so that I could do a little vintage rub on them. And this time I chose to use the Harvest Gold ink pad. And I really am glad that I did, because using the whole pad, I could just rub it all around, and it really put a beautiful vintage blend all around all of the pieces. And you'll see me use that on all of my paper pieces throughout this entire project. Now, I did print this gold journaling card in 2 sizes. I love the polka dots for one thing. So that's why I like to use the red and white polka dot, and then also coordinate it with this gold journaling card with the polka dot and the red trim. But I printed it in 2 sizes and then just kind of laid it out and decided to go ahead with the larger one because I liked that it filled the page a little bit better, but then it also gave me more room to kind of hide this journaling card that I was going to slide in and out. And please forgive my voice. I am going to push through this because I want to share this with y'all. It was a fun entry and a wonderful kit. Now, I did choose this journaling card also because I like the way that I can hide my seam by clipping around this little label topper. So I'm snipping in on each side, and then I'm just going to trim around the red, so that way that is kind of where my seam is going to be, and it's kind of hidden. It just makes it a little more fun and adds a little extra touch to this element. So I decided to use score tape as my adhesive so that I had a little bit more control over the thickness. I didn't want to put wet glue down and it spread out further than I would have allowed for my little journaling card that I'm going to use as my slider. Now I'm just using a piece of cardstock that I had in my little stash and just cut it into size, and then I just glued it together or stuck it together with the score tape, and when it was all fit to size, so that way I knew that it would fit and it would slide appropriately. I absolutely love how this little interactive card worked out. What a fun way to hide prayers, journaling, notes, all kinds of things within your art. And, you know, sometimes what we write on our journals or our prayers, we don't want it out in the open. We want to share our journal entries, or we want to share our artwork, or we want to maybe do some Bible journaling in a mixed group or with a group of our friends, but we might not want everything that we put out there to be easily read or visible. So this is another one of those fun ways that we can kind of tuck and have some privacy. Now, I did fussy cut some of the florals from our Faithfilled digitals and scattered around this journaling card. I also used some of the tiny alphas from one of our previous kits to include the title of the kit across that little open spot on the journaling card. As I worked through this kit this month, one of my favorite Christmas songs, Mary Did You Know, kept running through my mind. Now, I guess it's really not specifically Christmas, but we tend to hear it more this time of year and through this season. And I think it really is because it kind of takes us back here to this place of our focus verse in Luke 2:19. But Mary treasured up all these things, pondering them in her heart. Now, although Mary may not have been able to see the complete fulfillment of the life of Jesus and what he came for, I don't know that she could have been able to process all of that in her human body and her human emotions and her human spirit. But God gave her a little at a time, and he was with her all the way through. I do believe that we can infer here that she did know very well that she was holding baby Jesus, a promise fulfilled from God to her, and she knew who he was, and she was treasuring his presence, savoring the moments. Oh, I hope we can do the same. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have really enjoyed working through this kit and have been looking forward to reflecting on this study and putting this fun idea together. And I like the way that it came out. I'm going to head on off and sip some more hot tea. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And I really hope that y'all are joining in and enjoying this study as well.